Where are we starting with the lunch rush?
Oh, the NFL, gentlemen. For the true sickos out there, like I mentioned a couple days ago, the big board was out. Now Jordan Reid has put out his 2025 mock draft.
God, come on.
Listen, okay, yes, come on, whatever. But a few things to take away from this. So in order to, the way he determined the order was based off of win totals and playoff odds and Super Bowl odds. Okay. So right now, the Carolina Panthers have the first pick, meaning the Bears would have the first pick in the second round.
That's true.
Very good for the Bears,
That's
correct?
good. Yeah.
In this one, he has the Carolina Panthers trading out of the first pick, not taking quarterback. But I would say if you have the first pick again, probably time to move on from Bryce Young. Not me, but whatever. And the Giants select Carson Beck at quarterback from Georgia. Now we keep scrolling, we keep scrolling, we keep scrolling. Picking 15th overall are your Chicago Bears. They take Patrick Payton, the edge rusher out of Florida State. That being said, the teams this year that picked 14th, 15th, I believe 16th and 17th were all 9-8. So this is
And you
kind
just
of
missed the playoffs.
and they just all of them just the team that picked 15th was the Colts. They were 9-8.
you were
They
9-8,
missed the playoffs.
Just missed it, yeah.
Okay, the Raiders were right around there, 9-8, missed the playoffs. The Saints 9-8, missed playoffs. So I guess my question is 9 a realistic number? I guess this is kind of a shot or no shot. Shot or no shot, if they only win 9 games, that's a disappointment.
See, I don't know. I think the season needs to play out.
No, we got to look at the schedule. Look at the schedule. Look at the strength of schedule. And we'll wait for May 9th when it comes out. And the next day we'll sit and we'll talk about
But
it.
we know their opponents. They have one of the
do.
easiest
Right.
schedules in the NFL.
Okay, fifth easiest, I
But
think.
what do we want to know, Carmen?
In terms of Vegas win totals, they've got the fifth easiest.
But what are we looking for?
Rest and things like that.
We're looking for that rest and
Yeah.
looking for the travel and
Yeah.
where are we going and how are we getting there and when are we getting there?
Right.
How many short weeks do you have?
What happens after
short
the
weeks
London
at
game?
home, short weeks on the road? What's going on?
Do they opt to take their bye after the London game or not? What's the game? If not, where's the game after London? Who's the opponent? Like, I do think the
A lot
schedule
of
matters.
questions, guys. A lot of
Well,
questions.
teams can choose to take a bye after the
they
London
can.
game. So if they pick, they choose not to, maybe.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
what if they choose not to? And where's the next week's game if they choose not to? And who is the opponent? I don't know. I just think we've got to wait. It's a week from today, so we'll know in a week. I would stop short of saying it's a disappointment because I think we have to see how the season plays out.
I think the rest of the division factors in too. If you win 9 games, you miss the playoffs, but 2 other teams from the division get into the playoffs, we'll be disappointed, but I think it's an easier pill to swallow than say like the Lions are the only team from the division making the playoffs, and then
And what if they, like to Chris's point, what if they finish third in the division with 9 wins? The other 2 teams make it. If they win 9, Caleb throws for 3,800 yards and 23 touchdowns. Like, are we going to say that was a disappointment?
There's only one scenario where 9 wins is acceptable. Caleb Williams plays 4 or 5 games. He ends up getting hurt. He can't play the rest of the year.
Don't say that.
And they still find a way to win 9 games. That's how 9 wins becomes acceptable.
All right.
yeah, that's true.
Don't say that.
Well,
I don't wanna
I'm
think that
not
at
saying
all.
it to jinx anybody. I'm just giving you the scenario where 9 is acceptable.
What are you worried
because
about? We got
9 is
Bajan.
not acceptable.
We got Bajan. That's
got
right. Never
Bajan.
mind. I'm not worried. We got Bajan. All right, Adam, what else?
Mike Sando of The Athletic did his annual post-draft talking to of NFL executives and GMs and front office people about each team in the draft. And one exec liked the pick of Roma Dunze, saying Chicago already has tackles, so take a lineman in the top 10 who's going to start out at guard versus a receiver who is clean as a whistle, a proven playmaker at the position, and a position that has gone up to the $32 million range. I would have gone with a Dunze as well. One team didn't like it, saying that they should have taken an offensive lineman. If you hold on to the football in college, you're not all of a sudden learning how to get rid of it on time in the pros. They're surrounding this quarterback with weapons, thinking that he can go through the progressions and distribute the football on time, and that is not his game.
That's a hater.
You traded for veteran receiver Keenan Allen, who is used to catching passes from Phillip Rivers and Justin Herbert. He's going to be frustrated if his young quarterback does not operate on time.
Haterade.
And
Hater action.
They also talked about the Falcons and their questionable pick of Michael Penix. I really like Penix, but if you're going to draft him, why would you not have just taken Justin Fields from Chicago or signed Russell Wilson when they drafted Penix? No one would fault you for that. They would have been in a much better off with money invested elsewhere, and it seems like there are no adults in the room.
I mean, you guys, like, think about it. And I think I said some of this on Monday. You could have had Justin, Jimmy G, right? Darnold, Minshew. I mean, for crying out loud, how many quarterbacks changed teams? And you went out on the first day of free agency and deemed it necessary to spend $100 and whatever it was million and give $100 million guaranteed to Kirk Cousins, knowing that you were in love with Michael Penix?
It seems bass-ackwards.
It does.
That's what it does.
It doesn't make sense. Go sign Gardner Minshew for $13 million or whatever. Vegas. What did Vegas sign him for?
And then do whatever you want in the draft.
Yeah, seems crazy. Anything else you want to get to, Adam?
Yeah, real quick. Two quick things here. So the Rangers and Hurricanes in the NHL.
Yeah, thank you. Come on.
The tickets at PNC Arena, where the Hurricanes play, are going to be restricted to residents in North Carolina, South Carolina, and southern parts of Virginia.
See, I get that. They play in Raleigh. I get that. The Philly thing, it's a little strange, but okay.
This has happened to Cubs fans, though. They haven't been able to buy tickets in Milwaukee because Milwaukee's restricted it to tickets in the Wisconsin area.
Boy, the Hurricanes look. I'll tell you, I'll say one thing real quick about, this time of year is great. NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs. Dallas, if you're living in Dallas right now, the Mavs with a big win last night.
Yes,
they can close
did.
out that series. The Stars, after looking dead
in the
they
water.
dropped the first 2 home games to the defending champs. They've ripped off 3 straight. And I
And
watched
who's that, Carm?
The Dallas Stars.
Dallas
No.
Stars.
And who are the defending?
Vegas Knights.
Okay,
Sorry,
all right.
sorry.
I'm just trying to follow along
The
with
Vegas
the
Knights.
eye.
They're the defending
I'm just
champs.
waiting for you to let me know who won
The
the
Vegas
Stanley.
Knights. I watched some of that game last night. Dallas played great. Who was it? Otten was the goalie, right? He made a
We'll
save
take your
in the
word for
closing.
it.
You'll take my word
Marcus Von Otten.
for it. It's not Marcus Van
Yeah, it's
Otten.
Marcus Von Otten.
But the Stanley Cup playoffs are exciting. They've still been good. I like it. And then tonight, the Leafs are going to have to play again back home, trying to extend the series without Austin Matthews.
What's going on?
He's
with
got
him?
some illness.
Against
Boston.
You see? Yeah,
There you
Boston.
go,
See?
Boston.
Right.
Boston.
Is that
And
Marchand?
Austin Matthews plays
Boston.
for the Maple Leafs.
And then real quick, Carm, if you want to talk about this a little bit more when we come back after the break, the NBA has admitted that Tyrese Maxey traveled
I do want to talk about
before the 4-point play against the Knicks in Game 5.
I love
Not
the
the one
NBA.
that,
Traveling is ridiculous.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
the
but-
NBA. Like, come on.
And especially if you saw the highlight of it. His foot, basically slid an inch. And this league, I will talk about that more coming up. Yeah, it's a good point. Well done. That's the lunch rush.